High stress and traumatic situations can have a major impact on witnesses who have to testify in court. Grayson Gordon joins us now in the studio. What are experts saying about how this stress can affect a witness's memory, Grayson?
Cindy, they say a person's memory in these situations can be explained like the brain is taking pictures instead of video. In other words, some parts of the incident can be missing and it can be difficult to recall in the order in which things happened.
Our brain doesn't want to remember everything from start to finish. It doesn't deem those details important.
Katina Boyd is a licensed professional counselor, and Dr. Ashley Salter is a clinical psychologist. Both have experience working with and studying how stress impacts memory, specifically testifying in court.
In those heightened stressed, very traumatic incidents, we also have where we can remember very vivid details, but they tend to be of what we were doing in that moment when we were trying to survive.
Both explain how the snapshots of memory are different from regular video-like memory.
If someone had a gun, we would most likely remember the gun instead of what the perpetrator looks like, what they were wearing, what our surroundings were at that point in time, because our brain is so focused on trying to survive in that moment.
And the gun was the threat, and that was what your focus was on. So you didn't care in the moment what the person was wearing. Why should you care what they were wearing when you've got a gun in your face?
Boyd says explicit memory is normal memory, while implicit memory is stress memory and what most experience when their brain goes into survival mode. This is particularly evident in situations like the family of Jasmine Pace testifying in court against the man who is charged with her murder, Jason Chin. Their testimonies were not always similar, and the questions, "I do not know," or "I don't remember," came up consistently.
It's easy for us to sit back and say, well, wouldn't they want to know? Wouldn't they want to remember? You know, what are they hiding? What's wrong with this person? But this really is how memory works.
Dr. Salter says it is up to law enforcement and the prosecution and defense to refrain from leading questions.
We need to ask questions in a specific way that doesn't give them details of what you're wanting them to say back.
When memory is vulnerable, this could make the witness unintentionally believe something they say is fact when it may not be completely accurate. Alongside this, Boyd said anyone who has been involved in a traumatic situation should have 2 sleep cycles before making a statement or answering questions on what happened.
We actually need some time for it to kind of all settle into our brain to make sense.
Jason Chin is scheduled to have another preliminary court appearance on March 15th.